Welcome back to my channel. Mark here. I'm just getting ready to head up to the farm right up the road here, and I'm going to check my bees up here. This is Sunday morning, and I'm going to go up here and check these bees out. I haven't been into them for a couple weeks, and I'm going to take you all along with me. But we're getting ready to start out here. I'm still down here at the house, and we got to go about 4 miles up the road to the farm where my other bees are. But anyhow, I just going to take you along with me and let you see up there if you haven't been up there before. And we're going to check these hives out and just see how they're doing, and I'm going to put some sugar water on them. I will see you a little bit later when we get up there. Talk to you later. And I'm taking my little buddy with me. I made it up here to the farm, but anyhow, what we're going to do, we're going to go up there on the hill to the bees, and I'll walk up here with you, and I'll show you what I did here, and then I'll get everything ready here. But my bees are up on this hill right here. You can see the camera doesn't do it justice, but this is a pretty steep hill right here. And this is where I have my bees at up here. And the brown or the blue hive right there, that there was a swarm that I caught here. It's been about a month and a half ago. I caught that. And the orange hive right there with the blue bottom on it, that's another swarm that I caught up here on the farm. And this is the farm right here. I think we've got about close to 100 acres here, or maybe 140, I don't know. But this is where I have my bees at. But anyhow, what I did here not too long ago, that orange hive out on the end right there, that is a split that I made, and I moved it from a nuke box into a 10 frame deep hive. So we're going to get into it and see how it's doing, and then I will check these two right here to see how they're doing with if they're building up. For all of you ones that have been following me and have seen me check my bees up here before, I come up here a couple weeks ago, and I put this bench in right here, and I made another bee stand out of this, but I'm gonna have to cut some weeds here. That will be one thing. You all could mention it maybe in the comments what you do here, but I've got weeds coming up here, and I need to get these things cut out. What would be a safe weed killer I could put on these weeds right here to kill them off and not hurt my bees? I don't want to use Roundup or any pesticides or anything like that. But what would be a natural weed killer I could use to kill these weeds off here in front of these hive stands? But anyway, right there's the hive stand I put in. I put another one in, and that's a bench that I had down there at the house, and it hadn't been used for anything. And I've got another one down there that I'm gonna bring up, and I'm gonna put it on around the hill right there, and that's where I'll be keeping my bees up here. I can probably put about 20 hives up here if I wanted to, or I don't know if that many, but I can probably put 10 or 15 up here. But anyhow, I just wanted you all to see that. And here's another view of our property here. So I'll get off here and I'll go down and get my stuff on and come up and set this tripod up and get to filming a little bit and see if I can get that to work. An angle, but that's all the better I could do to get my tripod set up. So you'll just have to bear with me here, but I'm going to get into this here hive right here, and we're going to check it out and see if they're laying. I will talk a little bit more about that once we get in. See, we've got bees on there. I had gotten into beekeeping there last year, and I took my inner cover off one day, and the queen, she was on here and I didn't sit, and I put her outside the hive, and she about got away from me, but that's why anymore I look on my inner cover when I take it off. But anyhow, I want to tell you a little story about this hive right here. Here, about 3 weeks ago, I come up here and I decided I was going to mark the queens. Well, I got this queen marked in here, and I went to this hive to do this one, and I caught her. But my advice to you all is, and like I said, this is just me being a new beekeeper, and we all make mistakes, but I mashed her, and I thought I killed her. When I put her back in there, she wasn't in real good a shape. I marked her and put her back. I thought when I did it, and what it was, I've got one of them little round things, tubes that you put them in, and you put her in there and you mark her. Well, I had her on the frame, and I put that thing over her, and here she got caught between the frame and that there little canister that you put them in, and I mashed her. But I thought I had killed her, and I get in here, and I come back up about 3 days after I had done that, and I got to looking, and here she's still laying eggs in here. But I didn't hurt her as bad as what I thought I had. But let that be. That's why I don't really like marking my queens, because I'm always afraid of hurting. Okay, this here's just a old drawn out comb I've got here, and they haven't even started putting nectar in this yet. But that's just old comb I had in a swarm trap when I caught these. Okay, they are storing some nectar right in there, if you can see that there. And like I said, this nectar stored up in there. See some pollen on here. If I can point it out, they are carrying a little bit of pollen in, so they are getting some pollen somewhere. But right there, it's like a yellow pollen, if you can see that there. But like I said, this hive's going to have to get their butts in gear to. But now this is just how I do it. I'm going to keep putting the sugar water to them, and see what they do. I don't know how well you can see it here, but there is some brood there, and I do have eggs in this. This thing's full of eggs. I know you can't see them on the camera, but this thing has eggs in it and some brood. But this is full of eggs down here, and they're putting some nectar up here. And here's my queen. That's a queen that I mashed here about 3 weeks ago. But now she seems to be doing okay. I had a blue dot on her, but I see they've wore that off. But right there she is. So she has this laid up, so I didn't hurt her too bad. And then you can see some pollen right here. It's like an orange pollen there. But I'll put these things back together, and I'm done with this hive inspection. We will put this back together. I will check this one out just to see if they've got eggs. I don't have no eggs on this one, but they're storing pollen right in here. So that's where they're putting that pollen at. But you can see they're carrying pollen in from somewhere. So like I said, I'll put this back together and be done with this. I've seen all I need to say. And this here old drawn out comb right here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it in on this side, and maybe they'll start filling it with nectar. I'm going to go ahead and check these other ones, and I might, the orange one there that I just put out into a 10 frame, I may let you all see that hive inspection. So I will get off here and see you a little bit later. Said I'm not really too keen on my new tripod I got, but anyhow, this is, I decided that we'll just go ahead and check this hive out while I'm here. We'll get in here and we'll look at this. Okay, there again. And I know I said it on the last one, and this is probably going to be a pretty long video, but it is what it is. So, but you always check your inner cover. And that's what I do here. So, there is no queen on there. Okay, you can see they've got honey stored up there, and they are putting some nectar right in here, if you can see that. Okay, there's a little bit of brood there. It hadn't hatched yet. And I have trouble seeing them, but there is a few eggs down in there. There's a cup right here, which what I do, I tear that down. I don't want them on there. They'll just have to fix that. Okay, we've got brood and larva right here, if you can see that. And got the honey band up at the top right there. I don't see any pollen on these ones, but we'll get in here a little bit deeper and look at this. One thing about these swarms, when you catch them, and I could be totally off base here, but you don't really know what you get. I've got some, if you can see it here, which I know you can't, but I got some larvae right in here, and there's some eggs right in here, but I'll see if you can see that in there. I don't know if you can or not, but they're storing up nectar, and there's some larvae right in here. So we'll put this back, and I am seeing some pollen here. But our goldenrod flow is getting ready to start here. It should start sometime in September, and it usually runs till the end of October, so hopefully they can get built up from that too. If you can see her here, right here's the queen. Right there she is. So I will put this back. We will be done with this here hive inspection. I'm not going no farther. I seen what I needed to see, and so I'll shut you all off, and let me know what you think about them. There's a lot of work that goes into making one of these videos, and I'm not telling you all anything. Y'all know that. That's just like before we started into looking at this box right here, and I know this is gonna be long, but I was having trouble getting my camera set up, and anybody that does these videos, they know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of work that goes into this. But anyhow, I just thought I'd let you see this, and we'll go over here and get in the orange hive here. I will keep a feed on these things. So okay, I'm back. Had to get the camera set up again. But anyhow, you'll just have to bear with me. You're at a whole different angle right there too, so. But we'll get these checked out, and then I'll be done with these and out of here. But I'm sorry if I talk a lot, but it just seems like you all are right here with me. D. Good Honey out of Trinidad and Tobago, the island down there, and he's doing a video on how to make his own pollen patties. Well, I find that interesting, so what I did, I'll get back down home there, and when I get time, I've got his video saved in my history. I will go back and watch that video because I find that interesting. To me, that's something that I'm gonna have to do, because I try to do the beekeeping on a low income, and I don't like to put a whole lot of money into it because I can't I can't be doing that right now. But I would like to give a shout out to D Good Honey. If you have not watched his channel, please go over there and watch it. He's got a lot of interesting stuff on there, and he knows more about beekeeping than probably what I ever will. But just stop by and check his channel out if you've never seen him before. That's full of honey. And we're going to get through this pretty quick because a frame with some brood down at the bottom. And I don't see any eggs on this side. I don't know if there is on this side or not. What I'm assuming they're going to do here, they'll probably fill this up for honey for the winter time after this brood hatches out. But I'm assuming they'll fill this up, and this will be some honey for them for this winter. You can see some pollen on them bees there. I'm not going to point it out. But that brood's hatching out there, and she's filling that back in with eggs. I don't want to mice these bees. But there's some larvae right in here, and then there's eggs, and then you can see some pollen right there. But she's starting to fill this back in. She's got that filled full of eggs. All that's filled full of eggs where this is hatched out. And of course you can see your honey ring up on the top right there. Let me look at. Got that filled back up with eggs. And right here, if I can show you, right here, right there she is with the blue dot on her. And yeah, that paint got away from me when I marked her too, and that's why I don't like marking my queens. But they've cleaned about all of it off of her, and they'll get that cleaned off of her. But she's a doing well, and she's a laying. But this is a new queen here. It was born here about a month and a half ago. But anyhow, right there she is. I will put her back. She's a laying. But honestly, I don't really like marking my queens. It makes me nervous when I do it. And on this side, there's some brood. And what they're doing, that brood's hatching out on this side, and they're starting to backfill that with pollen. So I'm done with this one. I will put them away. And I'll get back into these in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm just going to let them get built up, and I'm not feeding these any sugar water. They've got enough honey in here that they can get by on. Okay, that concludes my video on my hive checks up here at the farm. I got in there, and I got in all 3 hives, which you can see that. And like I said, I'm sorry if this was a long video. I'll try to keep this closing short. But we got in there and we checked these out, and I tried to explain it the best that I could as we went along. So I'll just let you gather from what you got from the video. But what I see on these is that especially my 2 swarms that I caught, they've got a lot to do before winter. But around here, like I said, our goldenrod will be coming out here about the middle of September, and that will run till the end of October or the first frost. And the end of October is when the weather will be probably getting cold around here. So we've got until then for them to build up, and But anyhow, I hope you like this video. I'm sorry again if it was a long video. I'd appreciate it if y'all would just watch it and that I could get my views up on my videos. It seems like they've been down a little bit, and I don't know what YouTube does. They do some stuff here. It's just a beekeeping video, and I guess if they want you to have success at it, they'll let you have success at it. But I know I see people put videos out there about the same as I do, and they seem to have a lot more followers, and I'm not complaining about that because I'm just doing this for fun. If it wouldn't have been for my son Eli, I would have never been doing this in the first place. So if you like him, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. If this is your first time here, I appreciate it, and I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. And as I always say on my videos, I hope the good Lord is blessing you wherever you are. And we just got to keep our faith and trust in Him and keep looking to Him for our guidance.